History is made in Mexico. The Crew return to the field, and FC Dallas make a statement next on The Daily. Welcome to The Daily for Thursday, August 16th with Andrew Wiebe. I'm Jason Segini. History was made at Estadio Azteca last night as the U.S. national team beat Mexico for the first time in 25 matches down there. Andrew, how big was this victory?
Well, I don't think friendly victories get much bigger than this on the international stage. You said it. This was something the U.S. had never done, and finally they break the schneid. They get off the mark. Huge win for what has to be said was pretty much a U.S. B team down there. They did it with defense and a little bit of luck. The Mexicans said so. The Americans said so as well. Michael Orozco Fiscal getting that game-winning goal late in the second half. Breck Shea did everything you would want from a substitute. Gets the end line. Meg's his man. Maybe a little bit of a bad touch, but it gets him in position to knock it across the front to Terrace Boyd. Personally, I don't think he meant that as a pass, but the back heel works out. Orozco Fiscal puts it in. The two big heroes apart from those three, maybe the two that affected the match the most, Jeff Cameron and Tim Howard, a huge defensive effort from the Americans. The Mexicans dominated the ball, but Howard with two big saves late in the game, one in the 85th, one in the 89th. The U.S. comes out on top. A huge, huge night for the Americans.
All right, you can see full coverage from Greg Lawless down in Mexico on that match on MLSsoccer.com. Should also mention the Canadian national team was in action yesterday. They got a 2-0 victory over Trinidad and Tobago. The Columbus Crew were back on the field for the first time since the unfortunate passing of midfielder Kirk Urso. They took on the LA Galaxy last night. This game ended in a 1-1 draw, but probably not about the result, more about healing for the Columbus Crew and their fans.
Yeah, all about remembering a fallen teammate in Kirk Urso, and Robert Warzijas said it himself. This one was not about 3 points. It was about the memories and bringing him to the forefront in front of their fans at home. His parents in attendance in the 15th minute, his number 15, honoring him with a little bit of a moment of remembrance, but no scoring in the first half. Of course, in the second, it ended 1-1. Jairo Arrieta getting the first one for Columbus, his third goal for them. He's off to a flying start. Josh Saunders, I think, would like to have that one back. Then Robbie Keane doing what he does, a poacher's goal, getting out of there with the draw for the LA Galaxy. But Columbus will be happy with this one. It's now time to move on. Not forget, obviously, but get on to the rest of the season. And
they will actually get on. They introduced Federico Higuain, their new designated player, this morning at a press conference. So they hope to get him onto the field for this weekend's game in Columbus. FC Dallas getting a little bit of a statement win last night up in Vancouver, 2-0. FC Dallas really been rolling since they've gotten former MVP David Ferreira back in the lineup.
Yeah, no surprise there. 4-1-3 since he's returned. He set up both goals in this one, and that's exactly what you expect from the former league MVP. The first one going to Fabian Castillo. He's starting to get it going for FC Dallas on those flanks. And the second one, a bit of a surprise to Jonathan Top, the young homegrown signing. Ferreira with a lot of strength to hold off the defense, then an easy finish for Top. On the other side, Vancouver saying this is one of the most frustrating games they've been involved in. Barry Robson saying exactly that, and Shellis Hyndman responding by saying, hey, a team as talented as the Whitecaps should not be as physical as they were last night. We'll see if that Western Conference, a little bit of a rivalry, a little bit of a talking match going back and forth there.
They will meet again in September. Moving on to the final match of the night, the Portland Timbers were up at BMO Field in Toronto. They end up scratching out a 2-2 draw thanks to Darlington Nagbe late.
Yeah, had a rare lead in this one, but they couldn't hold on. They'll still be happy with that point, though. That's been a very, very hard thing to come by with them on the road this season. Eric Hasley getting his first goal for Toronto FC, a good sign there with Danny Coverman's obviously out for the season. Luis Silva also scoring, but Toronto FC will have to be very disappointed with this one, while Portland, they'll hope they can build on this and maybe, just maybe, start to claw their way back.
Yeah, Hasley with some nice comments for his teammate Luis Silva, calling him one of the best young players in the league. That's all we have for The Daily today. We'll be back with plenty more tomorrow.